Hi, this is Chris from Investoo.com taking a look at BossCapital, a binary options broker. And as you can see, I'm on the front page, pretty straightforward front page. It tells you right away, it gives you the option to sign up for an account, up to 85% profit on your binary options. It has charts. It shows you how to trade. You can choose one of a couple different types of options here: call, puts, one touch, and boundaries. And as you can see, it shows you the chart. You just simply click, you choose an asset, you tell them how much you want to invest, and go from there. The charting, as you can see, is pretty intuitive, pretty straightforward. They do accept U.S. clients. That's a big bonus for those of you in the United States, as not all binary options brokers will. The first thing that I would draw your attention to is the platform. This is after hours, but it shows you, like, the Nikkei futures, for example, comes up how much you want to risk. You say 25. If it expires above it's 52.50, for example. In this particular case, it's 110%. There are plenty of other assets to choose from, obviously. You can select the type here and just go from there. Back to the main page, there is a Trading Academy, and it is a service offered by BossCapital for their clients, so you do have to be a client to check it out. We have seen it. It is a very well thought out Trading Academy. We, of course, are still partial to the one at Investoo.com, of course. But having said that, you can see that they have video courses, webinars, even a free ebook to download. Glossary lists for those of you who are new to the binary options games. You can click on here. It'll take you to the courses that they offer. Advanced Technical Analysis, Basic, for example. You've got the usual questions section. How do I deposit funds? How much? You can register for free, but in order to open the account, it is $200 to begin trading. The bonuses that they offer can fluctuate, so you need to kind of pay attention to that. That obviously can change at any time, so always take a look to see what they're offering. As you go down this list, for example, you can ask, or you can look to see what they offer. Again, the 60 seconds of boundaries, the touch, no touch, and high and lows. That, of course, are the basics. Those are the ones you normally see. And the rest of the information down here you can look into for your specific questions. 10 euro, USD, or pound is the minimum on a trade. Maximum is 7,500. Pretty healthy size, actually. The asset index, you can click here and it'll show you everything that they offer. The indices here, the Straits Times, that's one you don't see very often. That's interesting that they offer Singapore, so that gives you the opportunity to take advantage of some of the outlying Asian markets. Kuala Lumpur is another one, the ASX, Shanghai, Bombay, Kuwait, Qatar, Egypt. So you really have a large amount of different indices, even Oman, and then of course you have the usuals like Germany and the NASDAQ, S&P futures. So what you would expect and more there. Commodities, of course, they offer the usual gold and silver and oil, and then of course some softs like corn and coffee. So that gives you a nice ability to kind of play the world, so to speak. And they have a nice Forex range. They have Bitcoin versus the dollar, if you are interested in Bitcoin. Then most of the pairs that you would anticipate, plus some that you really don't normally see with binary options brokers, like the dollar, South African rand, and the Russian ruble, Brazilian real. That's a pretty big deal. It's an emerging market, and most Forex brokers don't offer that, so that really is a huge advantage here. And you can see there's plenty of forex pairs to trade, so certainly you won't have any trouble in the currency markets. And then they also allow pairs trading, so you basically trade one asset against the other. You go long BMW and short Daimler, for example, or gold versus oil, etc. Plenty of those. And then, of course, stocks, individual stocks. You've got Deutsche Telekom, most of the larger ones that you would expect, Total, Paris Telecom, BNP Paribas, Unilever, and etc. So you have more than enough in the way of options in this options broker to play the world, and that makes a huge difference when it comes to your trading, because there are a lot of different strategies you can employ. For example, if oil is going down, you can look to the stock market, oil, or the Canadian dollar, or you can hedge it against something else. You can see that there is a large amount of support phone numbers you can call from various countries around the world, including the United States. There, of course, is the typical address here, and you can see that they are owned by Marblestone Partners. They're out of London, and the list goes on and on and on. So really, you're going to have a hard time finding a phone number or finding a place in the world where the phone number isn't going to at least be relatively close. You can see that you can fund with Bankwire, Money Bookers, Mastercard, Visa, JCB, Diners Club, Amex, Discover, on and on. So there's plenty of contacts, plenty of payment options and withdrawal options. Of course, you just reverse the typical, if you deposit one way, you reverse it in the other way. So there is a section, they are fairly new, out of 2014, but they are owned by a reputable and, more importantly, regulated company, so we don't have that issue there. BossCapital offers quite a bit in the way of variety. It does have an education department, and of course it's got a pretty straightforward platform, so beginners and professionals alike will be able to find something at BossCapital that will, of course, help them along their path.